My name is Alan Wayne Warren. I'm a candidate for City Council in District 2. District 2 is the most diverse community in the city of Sacramento. The largest ethnic population in District 2 is Latino. Over 32% of the community is Latino or Hispanic descent. African American and Caucasians are the next biggest population, and then Asians make up about 11% of that community. You know, what I am about is an inclusive campaign. I believe that our city needs a kind of responsive leadership. I heard candidate Joe Yee mention that, you know, there's a lot of inefficiencies in city government. And a gentleman asked a question, and I'm going to answer this question because it may be asked to me, it may not have been, but I am not an advocate for an additional city tax for us. I do not believe taxing people who have just gone through one of the worst economic periods in our lifetime, probably the worst, to be crippled with another tax before we figure out how to make our governments more efficient. And I think that's very critical to economic development. I believe economic development is the way out of this economic situation we've been in. But a brief background about me. Again, my name is Alan Wayne Warren. I grew up in District 2. I'm a 1982 graduate of Grant High School. I left there, went to community college. From community college, I went to Cal State Hayward, which is now Cal State East Bay. I serve on Cal State's board of directors there. In addition, I'm on President Gonzalez's Presidential Advisory Board to the university here. But after graduating from college, I was very fortunate in that I had a chance to sign with the New York Yankees. I went out and played minor league baseball, but in 1990, I came back to our community, to District 2. And one of the chief reasons I came back was because every community that I went to that was a healthy, vibrant community, there were things that were common. And when I came back to District 2, there were things that I didn't see in that community. The things that were there when I grew up: grocery stores, bowling alleys, skating rinks, functioning parks. Those things were no longer existent in our community. And I wanted to know why. Why was that not the case in our community, but in the suburbs and other more affluent communities it was there? And there's one consistent thing. And that consistent theme is that people come out and vote. When you see thriving communities, you see communities that come out and vote, so the people downtown or at the Capitol are responsive to their needs. And you look at most urban communities: high crime rate, high unemployment, high school dropout rates, lower performing students in school, and what you will see that's consistent is that those communities tend not to vote. And of the ethnic groups in those communities, Latinos and African Americans are at the bottom. Now, I will say to you that, you know, I'm running for city council because I think I can help with some of these issues, and I'm the best candidate for city council. But that's for you to decide and people in District 2. But I will say, and I can't say it more emphatically, that we have to encourage our communities to come out and vote, irrespective of who you vote for. If we want the kind of changes that we say we want, if we want the kind of communities that we see on TV and they look so wonderful, then we have to encourage. We have to be enthusiastic. We have to be involved in the political process. We have to express and explain to young people how important it is for them at 18 to register. And we also have to tell those that have been incarcerated, yes, you can vote as well. We cannot discard people because they've gone to prison. We have to get them back in the system, get them back to becoming tax-paying citizens. So, again, my name is Alan Wayne Warren, and if you live in District 2, if you know people in District 2, I hope you will speak very positively about my campaign for City Council. Thank you.
Once again, we have some time for questions.
Did I do such a good job that there are no questions?
You answered my key question, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, as a sports fan, what did you think of your team?
Well,
Performance on the playoffs this year.
let me just say it was about 25 years ago that I signed with, 26, I signed with the New York Yankees. And although I was in their farm system, you know, I am not a staunch Yankee follower. I like good athletes, good teams, great competitions across the board. The only team that I'm consistently in favor of is the Grant High Pacers. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Could you, for the purpose of information, let us know what boundaries your district has?
Oh, sure. The question was the boundaries for District 2. So District 2 is a district that is represented by 60,000 people. There are approximately 20,000 voters. And the boundaries are, essentially, if you go east, Arden Fair is about the east boundary. So Arden Fair Mall and Shopping Center is in our district. The people that own that mall, I'm very proud to say, are supporting my campaign. We go south into the Robla community, just south of Rio Linda, the city or town of Rio Linda. So we're just south. We go west to the levee in between Norwood and Northgate Boulevard. We do not go into Natomas, that's District 1. And then when we go south, we go almost into Midtown or downtown and about the American River. So if you were to take Del Paso Boulevard and you would go straight onto the 160, and then the 160 at about the top of the interchange there, the American River runs underneath. There's the bike path and trail that runs underneath. That is about the southernmost boundary of our district. Additional questions? Thank you very much.
I want to remind everyone that when they ask their questions to please put the mic in front of them and make sure it's on so we can all hear what everyone's saying. I want to take a brief second for a quick station identification and thank our generous sponsors of today's event. They include the Yes on 38 campaign, the Women Democrats of Sacramento, Papa, the Yes on 33 campaign, California Forward, and of course my own organization, the Sacramento Press Club. Next up, we have a candidate that is pretty familiar with the people in the audience today, since we've been seeing him so much in the news and on television. I don't think he needs much of an introduction. I give you Dr. Ami Bera.
Don't always believe what you see on television, unless the candidate's standing there saying, I approve of this message. Yeah, this is an important forum. This is the third time we've been here, and I appreciate being here and how important this community is. Our schedule's packed. They have us running around, but we absolutely had to make time to be here today. Most of you know me, and I've gotten to know you over the last 2 years. You know my story. I'm the son of parents that immigrated here from India in the 1950s. Born and raised in California. I'm a product of this state, the best that this state had to offer. I'm a product of our public schools, the best public schools in the country at the time I went to them. Was able to go to our community colleges and go to the University of California for undergrad and med school. I paid $393 a quarter to go to med school. Let me repeat that. I paid $393 a quarter to go to med school. The reason why I talk about that and start with that story is because I did not get here by myself. I got here we have to remember that. I got here because this country believed in me. They believed in my parents. They gave them a chance. We have to get back to that context where we're investing in the next generation. We're investing in our best asset, our people. Now, those are the stakes in this election. We're at a crossroads in this country. We have real challenges. We have budget deficits. We have debt that is going to crush our kids. We have an economy that is leaving the middle class behind. And we have choices to make, and that is what this election is about. It is about choices of how we move forward as a country. And I stand here firmly in front of you and say, We are at our best when the middle class is at its strongest, when we're making those investments, not only in the next generation so they can reach their full potential, but we're also honoring the promises of the generation that came before us. That we're making sure that our parents and grandparents have the security that they need in retirement with a strong Social Security system. That we're making sure we honor the promise that they have health care in their retirement with a strong Medicare system. Now those are the stakes. You know who I'm running against, Congressman Dan Lundgren, and hopefully he has a chance to present his side. But the fact is, the budget that they put forward would end Medicare as we know it. It would privatize it. It would make it a voucher system. It would cut that promise to our parents at a time when they need it. It would leave millions of children without health insurance. That is exactly the wrong way to go about this. It would cut early childhood education. The best investment we can make is to give early childhood kids a chance at an equal playing field. It would continue policies like No Child Left Behind. The sad fact is, under No Child Left Behind, our high school dropout rates have gone through the roof. We have to get back to a context where we're teaching our kids and giving them the skills so they can compete in a 21st century economy. Not only science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but we also have to teach them the technical skills for those kids that want to go into the technical fields. We have to have that same educational system that we grew up with. Now we can do it if we're smart. We can balance our budget if we're smart. This Congress has led us into 2 wars that we didn't pay for. This Congress